Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Musics and Music Show on Vosaworld Radio. This is MBIWAN MONJIMBO coming to you as usual on Saturdays, and I have a guest with me this time, a young guest, somebody I've known since she was what you would describe as a tiny tot. So yeah, dimples and oh, she just smiled there. So and if you're watching, you can see the dimples. I've known her since she was a little girl. So I would go ahead and ask her to introduce herself to you, listeners and viewers. Who are you, my dear?
Hi everyone. My name is Mongai Fankam. I'm 19 years old and I'm currently going into my second year of university. I'm the founder of No Backpack Day and also the CEO of Motivity Fashion.
Wow, that's a lot for a 19-year-old. Anybody's going to agree. That's a lot for a 19-year-old. And if you heard that and you thought, okay, well, she's just started early, even though she's in college, she has this no backpack day thing going. Before I even go into that, what does it mean? What does the no backpack day, what is that all about?
So No Backpack Day is my nonprofit organization that was founded in 2012. It's a day where I challenge kids in the US to come to school without their backpacks to feel how children in Africa, when they walk miles to school, how they feel every day when they walk to school without a backpack. And in return, when students participate in No Backpack Day in the US, they donate backpacks and school supplies. Yes.
So how did that start? Because you see, people are saying it started in, she said she's 19, and this started in 2012. I'm not the best at math. But so what age, how old were you when you started that no backpack thing in 2012? How old were you?
So when I started No Backpack Day, I was 8 years old, and then I was in third grade. What made me start No Backpack Day is because I started traveling to Cameroon, Africa when I was 3 years old. Where my mother's from, well, where I originate from Cameroon as well. My mom is from there too. So I saw how kids were struggling to carry their school supplies in their hands or in a plastic bag. So I decided to challenge students here to do the same, just to feel what it feels like without having to not have a backpack, and to raise awareness for those who do not have backpacks and go to school every day.
So those are the things we take for granted. We go there and we are used to seeing kids go to school without backpacks, or some of us in my age group may have gone to school without backpacks. And so it wouldn't seem strange, but then it took a little girl, a 3-year-old girl, to come from here, go out there and see that it was awkward. And others see it and just make the remark, not everybody like you decides to do something about it. So when you started this, how was the reaction when you came on out here? Okay, how did you begin? Did you just go to the front of your class one day and say, hey, everybody, people don't have backpacks where I come from originally. How did it start? How did you start this whole thing?
So basically, what I did is I told my teachers and principals about it. We had several meetings with each a group of teachers in each grade, and I explained to them the situation that that the children are experiencing back home in Cameroon, where they don't have a backpack. So I shared with them that I would like for my peers to come to school without their backpack, so that they can feel what others feel when they have to go to school without a backpack.
And they reacted well. Okay, so the authorities, the school authorities reacted and they said, or did they tell you that they'll think about it? Or were they like on the spot said, oh, that's a great idea?
So the teachers and principals that were at my school, they were very supportive. And our first year that we launched No Backpack Day, 800 students out of 1,200 students participated in No Backpack Day.
Wow. So that was 2012. Have you continued to have the same momentum all through? Has it gone down a little? Has it increased? How would you assess the whole thing since 2012 until now we're in 2022?
So this year we are celebrating our 10-year anniversary. And I feel like we've made a big improvement from the first year. We've been able to donate more than 30,000 backpacks filled with school supplies, and we've been able to give to about 15 African countries.
There you go. I was waiting for you to say that because I happen to know it, but I was waiting for you to say that because now people may have been thinking, okay, she went to that specific village in Cameroon, and so everything that she's been doing goes to that specific village. But you say you've distributed to over 15 countries. Can you name some of them?
Yes, so we've been able to give to obviously in Cameroon, and then Liberia, Nigeria, Malawi, South Africa, Angola, Zambia, Namibia, Togo.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It means a lot for you to actually even remember all of those.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that you have been very well received there by the kids for whom you brought those backpacks, I'm guessing.
Yes, I haven't been able to visit all those countries, but we do have partners where we work with them. So they distribute to certain countries that I haven't been to. But for the countries that I have been able to visit, I've been able to have a good interaction with the children when I give back.
Mm-hmm. They appreciate your efforts. Okay,
Yeah.
So that's the children, but just give me a tiny second here now, and it's time for me to start pulling into my archives. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find a picture or two, and let's see where we'll see this. So the children you're talking about right here, because I happen to she lives. We are based in Charlotte, North Carolina. Which is where she was born and everything. So I have known her for a bit. So I have a bunch of pictures that I'd like to just pull up a few of them, and let's see, and you'll let me know if I'm sharing my screen. Am I?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so I'll start from here right there. Is that you?
Yes.
that would be like the 3-year-old, that trip that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And then there it is. So is this the first time you went back?
Yes, this is the first time after the first year of the No Backpack Day. Yes.
Right. The kids must have been excited. Just curiosity, do you know where any of these children would be right now? Have you ever been in contact with any of them?
Unfortunately, no, I haven't been able to.
Not this particular group.
Yeah.
Or any of them. It's not easy if you're going to go to that many countries.
Right.
So now I see here it says Radio Disney. What was going on here in particular? Well, this is still when you were pretty young.
Yes, so
young girl, because you are still very young.
Thank you. So in this picture, I went to Radio Disney Studio. They had I had an interview at the studio, and and I shared my story about No Backpack Day with them.
There you go. And then now, this is where I was actually coming to. I see right here, this happened right here in Charlotte.
Yes.
I see right here. So who's this person? Because I know that not everybody, some people are going to be listening to this before they end up watching it. So the people who are watching can see, but those who are listening cannot just yet. So who's this person? I know it says her name, but I will want you to actually say it for yourself.
Yes. So this is Lema Bowe. She is the 2011 Nobel Peace Prize. She received the Nobel Peace Prize in 2011 for a peace activist. She came to Charlotte in 2015 for one of my fundraising events, and she is from Liberia. And that year we were able to give back some backpacks to Liberia.
There you go. I was trying to get you to say this part because so far you were talking about doing the No Backpack movement thing. It has been helping children. And I wanted you to know, I hope everybody was listening, caught it. It is not as if Lema Bowe came to Charlotte here for some other business and then happened to hear about this little girl and let me go see her and talk to her. She came here for you, right?
Yes.
Awesome. And that's not all there is to be about it. I see this here too. What's going on here? I can see what's going on in this platform right here in this picture.
So this was an interview at WBTV, which is a local news station in Charlotte, North Carolina. This was the year that we also had a dignitary come and visit Charlotte, North Carolina for a fundraiser event. And I shared my story, and the news highlighted No Backpack Day.
All right, I'm going to just pause a little bit. Let's just do one more person. I am actually standing in this picture too, but I want you to say who this person is before we take a little break off the picture sharing.
Okay.
This person in this case.
This person right here, she is the former mayor of Charlotte, Jennifer Roberts. She we had an event where I spoke. It was
I think it was Women's Day.
yes, it was Women's Day. Yes, correct. It was
Right.
Women's Day, and I got to share a platform with her.
Right. Okay, I'm going to stop the share for a second and let's get back to us right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and ask you, for somebody who's 3, 9, 11, 12, how does that impact you? Because the average 3-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old, in fact, if it were not for you, I wouldn't have gotten the chance to meet the mayor of this town at all. If it were not for you, I wouldn't have gotten the chance to meet that Nobel Prize laureate. I can tell you that there are not so many people in the world in general who have met the mayor of their city out here in the States, that close, who've been on TV, on Disney radio, on their local TV station, and met a Nobel Prize laureate. That's quite a bit. And I'm going to still go to the other celebrities or people that you've met. But I was just going to ask you, how do you feel? Has it become like, been there, done that, no big deal to you, or what's the deal?
I've kind of gotten used to it. So yeah. But it's an honor to see that these specific people are interested in what I'm doing. And it's nice to share a platform with people like this. And it also is like, for example, the dignitaries that have been able to come for my fundraising events, it's given me the chance to expand our Backpack Day and give back to the countries that they come from.
That they represent.
Right.
Because now when it comes to that, because so far it was the mayor of Charlotte, it was a TV station here in Charlotte, and Lema Bowie came to Charlotte. But you have traveled to other people's countries. Yes, some more have been here, and you've traveled to other people's countries. As lately as even this year, I know COVID put a halt to some of your traveling, but you've also been to other places. Can you tell us about that? And then we can go back and look at the pictures that back the story. So where else have you been? Personally, where you went to meet, and who did you go to meet there, or who invited you out there?
Okay, so this past month in July, I was able to go visit. So this is our first time doing like a mini tour kind of. So we didn't just visit one country, we did 3. So in celebration of our 10-year anniversary, we went to Zambia, Namibia, and Angola. In Angola, we met with the current first lady, Anna Diaz. And then we also went to Namibia, where we met with the current first lady, Monica Gingos. And then we also visited Zambia, where we met with the former first lady, Maureen Manasawa.
That's really something. And if I remember well, the last person you just mentioned, they had been to Charlotte before.
Yes, she did. She did come down here. Yes.
So it looks like you're very good at maintaining those relationships. You don't just do a one-off thing, and then it's done, forgotten about it. You actually have taken the time to build those relationships. I noticed that you've been saying we went. Who's we?
So me and my mother, we both went on the trip together.
Right. And what would you have to say about that mother of yours? I can say a whole lot, but I'd like you to say it from your own point of view, from a personal point of view, and from a, I would call it professional point of view. What would you have to say about her?
My mom, she's been very supportive in this journey. She helps me when I'm in school, just to help like get things together behind the scenes. But we've both been able, she is the one who inspired me to help others when because when we were traveling to Cameroon when I was younger, she also was helping people in the community. So therefore it inspired me to start helping others as well.
There you go. And that's about time we did another dive back into our archives over here. Let me do that and go back. This is where we stopped. But you see right here, am I sharing my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so there she is. That is Mrs. Abong Fankam right there. Where were you both off to on this trip? Do you remember? Because you've done so many of them.
This was in 2017. We were on our way to South Africa.
South Africa, yes. And then this is South Africa now, right?
Yes.
So that picture right there. It's smiling, happy. Well, that's one of the backpacks you took right there on
Yes,
this.
it is.
Okay. Yes, and I'm glad you mentioned it. It's not just that you take backpacks. They are filled, those backpacks are filled with
For school
food
supplies.
supplies.
Yes.
Yes, that the kids, the children out there can use. And this, I think this is still South Africa too. That's a picture of the backpacks sitting there on the table. And
Yeah.
you've been doing this 10 years. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Here, I don't think this is South Africa anymore. Where is this?
So this is in Virginia.
Okay.
We met with the former president of Malawi, Joyce Banda. Yes.
Okay.
So in this picture, we were giving a donation of backpacks as well, so it could be taken back to Malawi.
Okay, she took them back to Malawi, but you made the donation right here in the States.
Yes.
Okay, I think that was South Africa too.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then where is this? South Africa too?
Yes, this is an orphanage that we visited in South Africa.
All right, and this is I recognize this one because one of the groups I belong to, the sorority I belong to, the Cigarettes Transglobal Alliance, partnered with you on this one.
Yeah.
So that's how come I have the pictures there with Pumi, with your mom Abong right there, and that's you right there at the bottom.
Yeah.
And that is the Joyce Banda you just spoke about a second ago. And I think this is South Africa too, right here.
No, this right here, this is actually in Canada.
This really, what was going on here?
So I was doing a partnership with Pumi, and these are actually some of my t-shirts from my business, Motivity Fashion, my t-shirt line. Yeah, so at this event, it was a women's event as well, and I was set up to give out t-shirts.
All right, so it looks like the motivational kind of t-shirts. It says hope right here on this one, and the H stands for helping, O for other, P for people, and E for exist. So helping other people exist. All right, tell us a little bit more about this. That's the entrepreneurial side of you. Tell us a little bit more about it. Let me stop. Right. Is this part of it too, or no?
Yes, this is part of it as well.
All right, then I'll leave that picture on there while you talk, while you tell us about it.
So Motivity Fashion is a clothing line that I started in 2017. What it is basically I make acronyms out of positive words just for people to be reminded of the positive characteristics they have within themselves. Yeah, so that's exactly what I do with Motivity Fashion. So I have several words like brave. Brave is being real and very encouraging. We have hope, which is helping other people exist, which is also linked to No Backpack Day as well, because that's one of the mottos that I go with for No Backpack Day. Funds from the t-shirts that are sold also goes towards No Backpack Day. So a percentage of the money that I get from each purchase goes towards No Backpack Day as well.
Okay, so the logical thing for me to do, people are listening and they're like, okay, that's so, interesting. How do I get one? I know I got my own t-shirt. I just got it from you, clean and clear. But then how does the average person out there that doesn't even know you personally, how do they get one?
So you can, I have a shop on Instagram. I also have it linked to my Facebook as well. It's Motivity Fashion on Instagram. And if you look up the shop on Facebook, it's also under Motivity Fashion.
Motivity Fashion, MULTIVITY.
No, it's actually MOH.
MOH. Oh, I'm glad I had you spell that. So spell it out again.
So Motivity, MOHTIVITY, and then the word fashion.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how you find me on Instagram, and it's linked to my Facebook page, which is my first and last name, and then in the shop section, you can find those items as well.
Okay, that first name, by the way, for those who are listening, is Mongai, MONGAI.
Yes.
And then Fankam is FANKAM.
Yes.
So if they go look on Facebook for that name, they're going to find it, and then check for Motivity. There's an MOH, not MOTI, MOH first, and then that's where they can go. And so there you're able to just use your credit or debit card and make a purchase. Yes. Sizes and everything are there.
Yes, they are.
Okay, very good. And so there, and as people have heard, it's not just a thing to just a money-making kind of thing. It's there for a purpose, and a good percentage of the proceeds are turned back into the no backpack movement to help the thing.
Yeah.
So the two things feed off of each other, it looks like.
Yes.
Oh, that's very good. Congratulations on that.
Thank
So
you.
you're a young entrepreneur as well, not
Yeah.
just an activist or humanitarian person, but an entrepreneur as well. And I wanted to go ahead and, in the time that we have, share a couple more pictures
Okay.
from your more recent visits with us, the one we just saw. And here is a bunch of others. Interestingly, let me go right to this one right here, because that is a face many people know. Am I sharing my screen? Just making sure.
Yes, you are.
So who's this right here in the picture, in the photo?
So this is the former African Union ambassador, Her Excellency Arikana. Yes, so this was a visit that I did in DC, where she was a speaker, and we were able to go and attend that event.
And then I'm going to go ahead and add that later on then, she ended up coming over here to Charlotte. That's how I got the chance to get to meet her too. Yeah. And so I know that that's somebody whom your mom, myself, and a bunch of others here in Charlotte and in other areas of the United States have gotten assembled into groups that help push the message that she has, which she has a very deep, strong love for the continent and advocacy for the continent's progress. And then here, you had mentioned her before, so who's this?
This is the former First Lady of Zambia, Maureen Mwanasawa.
This is when she came over here, because
yes, but she came. This was a fundraising event in Charlotte.
Right, that's correct. And let's see more now. And who do we have here?
Here we have the former First Lady of, well, during that time, she was the current First Lady, but now, yes, she's the former First Lady of Cape Verde, Ms. Ligia Fonseca.
So when she came here, she was actually in office as the First Lady of our country. And here, so I see you there with a trophy, something in your hand. What is that all about? What did you...
This is a trophy of this is one of the president's trophies, actually, that was in the office. And then I just got to capture.
You just held it and had the thing in your hand. Okay, is this him right here, I think?
Yes.
Okay, so it's one of his trophies that you were just displaying.
Yes.
Okay, I see there's a whole long thing. So this is Cape Verde?
Yeah, this is Cape Verde.
All right, okay. And what was happening here? Where were you? Is this Cape Verde still?
Yeah, this is Cape Verde as well. This is during that time, I'm not sure if he's still there, but during that time of our visit, that was the American ambassador to Cape Verde.
Yes, I actually had the notes right there, and I'm trying to cheat as I look over there and look at the corner. It says U.S. Ambassador Donald Heflin received the American activist Mongai Fankam and her entourage, the young teenager who came at the invitation of the First Lady. And this actually came from the U.S. Embassy's page, the U.S. Embassy in Cape Verde's page on there. And so it's not as if we are the ones making the fuss. They themselves get the whole point and make the fuss as well. Because I just stole this off their Facebook page at the time. Each time they did that, they'd post about it, and then I went there and got it from there. I think this is the same. No, this is not the same. No, it is. Right, but that's the
First Lady, yes, First Lady
right there. Same picture. There's your mom right there. There's your cousin over there. So you had a delegation that went along with you, right?
Yep.
Interesting. And I think, is this one of the more recent things you've done?
No, this is still Cape Verde. This is a distribution of backpacks in
Cape Verde.
Yes.
Okay, there's one of your T-shirts right there.
Yes, it is.
You're wearing with the former First Lady.
No, with the former.
Okay, let me look. I can cheat over here because I had notes. It says President Amina Gorib Fakim.
Yes, from Mauritius.
From Mauritius. Okay. She's probably still in office. I don't know that much African politics right this minute, so I don't know if she's still in office. And this is here in Charlotte, right? Because I remember that I was at this event too. In fact, if I can, I'm going to go back and try to find the flyer that was advertising this event. Okay. And on our way there, we can quickly look at a couple more. There you are with Bumi, Cameroon and South Africa joined forces. I'm trying to show people what it is you've been up to, so that when I start saying, hey, donate to her causes, they don't say, what's the whole thing about? This is by the sorority I was talking about, the Secretary's Transglobal Alliance, that donated that $3,000 for that No Backpack Day drive.
Yeah.
And here was the flyer for the No Backpack Day when the former First Lady came on out here. This is 2017. I can see the date right there. And then, okay, now here the more recent times I was trying to find. I'm going to go ahead and start with the bottom one here, because I think that's one of the most recent, which you mentioned. So who is this that you're standing with right here?
So this is me and the current First Lady of Namibia, Monica Gingos.
Yeah. So she had you come on over there, and how long did you stay there? How long were you there for?
So the trip to Namibia was a 3-day trip. And in this picture, this is currently at the presidency in Namibia.
Wow. And I'm sure there are lots of people in Namibia itself who haven't had a chance to go visit their own presidency, and you have been able to get out of Charlotte here and go do just that. And then what's going on here? I can see the fist bump because it was, still being safe and careful about COVID.
Yes, so this is in the presidency in Angola. This is the current First Lady of Angola, Ana Diaz. So this is just a picture of us in our meeting that we had over there.
Okay, and that's now an official portrait. I'm pretty sure that's the president himself in the portrait on the wall.
Yes, it is.
And the flag, you're standing right in front of the flag, and everything representing us so well. And here's another thing that's quite exciting. I can read that at the top. It says, Mongai Fankam, along with Michael Jordan and 26 others, are recognized as the great 28 Black Charlotteans shaping Charlotte. Wow. So we put in the same league, there's going to be 26 people or 27 people, because it says Michael Jordan and 26 others, 27 people. Or well, it says 28 there, the thing. Right. So you were one of them. And how did that make you feel? Because how recent is this? Let me look. It is this year, isn't it?
Yes, this year.
February of this year. Yes. Wow. So how did that make you? How did you first get the news? Let's see. How did you get the news that this was happening?
I was contacted by them through I think it was Instagram or email, one of the two. Yeah, and they just asked for my bio and my picture, but I didn't know at the time who else was being featured until the article came out. And it was actually very motivating to see that I was amongst those other people and one of the youngest people that were highlighted in that article.
Right. Had this happened a few years back, you would have been back when you were 3, you would definitely have been the youngest in that group. So you're using all of this for humanitarian reasons, trying to improve the lot of less underprivileged or impoverished kids in different places. Where do you see this? This is year 10. Bravo, you've gotten to 10 years as a milestone. Usually on milestones like this, people take the time to reflect and look where they have been, see how far they've come, and then start looking to the future. For you, what's that future look like?
Well, my goal obviously is to make sure that no child goes to school without a backpack. But I also want to eventually expand No Backpack Day to, like, right now we do focus on backpacks and school supplies, but as we do give those backpacks and school supplies, I want to encourage kids, like, not to just stop at high school, to go to university, to pursue their dreams and their future careers. So in support of that, I would like to start giving out scholarships as well, since we focus on education. And then I also want to start doing more girls empowerment events as well, and youth empowerment.
Okay, so youth in general, specifically girls.
Yes.
And then looking to do scholarships. That takes a lot of money, that takes a lot of funding to do. So how do you plan on getting the funds to pursue this dream of yours, which is going to be of great benefit to others? How do you plan on doing it?
So I plan on having a fundraising event before this year ends to celebrate our 10-year anniversary. And then throughout the years, I will try to find like sponsors and people who are interested in putting money towards scholarships to be able to give out to some students.
All right. So maybe somebody's listening, somebody's watching. They say, oh, that's a good idea. What an inspirational young woman who has started doing all of these things since she was 3. I would so love to donate towards this dream she's got. So what do they do?
You can contact me on Facebook, my first and last name, Mongai.
Mongai, I'm saying it again. Mongai is Mongai, and her last name Fankam is Fankam on Facebook.
Yes, that's on Facebook and Instagram. And you can also send me email with my first and last name at gmail.com.
Very easy.
Yes.
First and last name, so mongaifankam@gmail.com.
Right.
Say it again, mongaifankam@gmail.com. I'll say it one more time, mongaifankam@gmail.com. That easy to remember. You can see right there, her name there on this chart right there. You can see it spelled right there, add the last name and contact her, because this is really impressive. And remember, there's no some amount that's too small, because all the little bits that everybody gives, put it together, it always does something. You've seen the smiles on the faces of the little kids wherever she goes. That's something that they would never, ever forget, that somebody came all the way from the United States and brought them backpacks and school supplies. And then you can imagine that the people who are there, smart, intelligent kids, the reason they don't go further in their education is for want of the means to continue. So giving them scholarships is something that is definitely going to help. I can vouch for the honesty of this little girl and her mom. The money that they're giving to do this stuff, they actually put it to good use. I've been sitting here watching all of this. This is not the 419 scam scandal kind of thing that has been going on this far. You will not find first ladies of so many countries, presidents of these many countries partnering with her if there had been anything to doubt or worry about there. I know you're a busy girl. So this year, come August, what year in college are you going into?
I'm going to my second year.
How did that first year go?
The first year was a very interesting experience, especially after COVID, but I survived it.
You survived it, which means the second year is going to be easy and the third even easier as you go along. What is it that you're actually doing? What are you majoring in?
I'm currently majoring in nursing.
Okay. And so do you intend to do the two side by side? You'll do your humanitarian work, no backpack thing, and do the nursing along with it?
Yes, so my goal is to actually also eventually go to med school, and then I will continue my humanitarian and also extend my medical field as a giving back to communities that are underprivileged as well.
It'll fall right in line with that, because you're already going to places where that is done, so that will tie in so very nicely and smoothly with it. So I say congratulations on getting to 10 solid years of doing this at 19.
Thank you.
Because when people say 10 years, that's talking about some 50-year-old person who's done 10 years, they started at 40, or maybe some 40-year-old person who started at 30. Rarely do you see a person who is just 19 who has covered this distance in that amount of time, 10 solid years of just doing good, period, just doing good. So I wish you only the very best as you continue to do this. And I'm appealing to all our listeners and viewers to go ahead and do what she said. Just Google it even. Go and find Mongai Fankam. You'll find it out there somewhere and be able to reach her and do what you can, do your own part to help. Not all of us can travel all around the world like she does. She's willing to do the traveling and the buying of the backpacks and so distributing them. The least we can do is going in and just chipping in and helping her do that. So I'm going to have you have the last word. What do you have to say to conclude?
I'd like to thank you for this opportunity for me to share my story. I hope that any of the viewers and listeners will be motivated to give back as well. To me, giving back is very important. And my famous word is hope, which I enjoy helping other people exist. So I hope that with everything that you guys have learned, that you'll be able to give back, even if it's a small amount, because something as small as a backpack is a big impact to somebody else's life.
Very well said. Excellently said. It's been a pleasure talking to you. It always is a pleasure talking to you. And as I've said, we are all really, really proud of what you've done in the amount of time that you've existed, which is not long at all. So we say, keep going ahead, keep going, keep making the difference you are making. It is much appreciated by those of you who've watched you grow. So then, ladies and gentlemen who've been listening or who have been watching, this has been MBIWAN MONJIMBO on the Musings and Music Show on Vosaworld Radio. And we're going to sign off now, but remind you that this show takes place every Saturday morning or afternoon, depending on where you are based. And so make sure you tune in for more interesting shows down the road. All right now, Mongai, I'll be seeing you soon. Mwah. All the best.
Thank you. All right.
You're very welcome.